What is up, friends and family of YouTube? Today was a pretty good day. I've been driving the STi, the new STi, for 3 to 4 days straight now, and she's given me no issue whatsoever. So the last video I posted, we thought she had engine knock, and in that video I was really timid of labeling it engine knock. I have a lot of respected friends that have lots of experience with these cars, and that's what they went to. Now, granted, over camera, it sounds way worse than it is, and everyone that I've shown in real life said that. And I thought that. So that's just confirming that for me. Now, that being said, this, as you drive it, the knock gets a little bit fainter. Rod knock would usually get way worse. Try to get you guys out of the light there. So it gets a little bit fainter, and it's only between like 500 and 1200 RPM if you blip the throttle. So it's really not following the characteristics of knock. I ended up taking the car to the block shop here in Edmonton, where a buddy works out of, and they all said that they think it's piston slap, which makes way more sense to me. It's probably excessive piston slap, which means I can drive the car. If it was a bearing noise, you should probably park it and prevent further damage, even though some people don't. So if it's piston slap, I can drive it, I can enjoy it. It's pretty much non-existent past 1500 RPM. I'm not really under 1500 RPM when we're driving around, so good to go for the most part. So that's the update on the Hatch STi. The Blob, my favorite car. By the way, this car and that car, polar opposites. This thing would literally leave this car behind. It's actually unreal how much faster the JDM is than the USDM. Granted, this one's tuned. This one will be tuned soon. My tuner is actually supposed to come by today or tomorrow to tune this and the Forester. But even in this thing stock form, it would just blow the doors off this thing. It's crazy how different they are. I am taking this to the track tomorrow. So I'm going to go through it. I'm going to make sure the map is clean. I'm going to make sure oil levels are good, coolant. Every single level is going to be good on this car tomorrow. And just go through it, do a minor checklist. I haven't decided if I'll bring you guys along with me or not yet, but so be it if I do. Now, since the engine's okay in this, I have a block already on the way for it. I'm going to drop some forged CP pistons in the new block because they make a drop-in solution for that. So that is going in the new block. So I'm going to take it easy on buying stuff engine-wise for this thing. I bought a full Killer Bee setup for it. I bought a brand new Subaru short block from Subaru, Japan. And I also bought the Killer Bee stuff. Or did I already say that? Probably already said that, but overall I've spent $3,200 on the engine, and I've spent about $1,000, got a really good deal on new suspension for the Hatch. So now it says Bilsteins. They're not Bilsteins. Those are actually 2011 struts that have 11,000 kilometers on them. I bought them from a guy in Edmonton who's had them in his basement literally for 10 years because he bought an STi, put 11,000 kilometers on it going to Vancouver and back, so they don't have any use at all, and they look brand new, obviously. And he sold them to me for 180 bucks for all four, plus the sway bars. And the 2008 to 2010 suspension is a lot more sloppy than the 2011s to 2014s, and they're a bolt-on affair from what I can research, fully bolt-on. So I'm upgrading the STi with OEM STi parts for $180. How cool is that? But I did have to buy all brand new top hats for all four corners because these ones are worn. I don't think the suspension's worn in mine, but I think the top hats are worn because when you turn, you can kind of hear just the little bearing squeak. I also got brand new drilled and slotted brake rotors that are coated for our winters. I got brand new front wheel hubs, wheel bearings. And yeah, there's about 800 bucks sitting here with the stuff I ordered from Rock Auto. So I'm jacked because all of this stuff is going to be going on next weekend, I think, I hope, cross my fingers, because I have to get it aligned and put new winters on it. And this is going to be a fun winter daily. I'm going to rust proof it with my special rust proofing stuff I have. There's not a speck of rust on it now, and I want to keep it that way. So I'm going to take it to the car wash and clean it off appropriately and then spray it. So that's what's going on today. I am sending away my last 2JZ GTE that was out of a left-hand drive Supra, a Canadian Supra at that. So this block is like super rare. I sold it for way too cheap, but I thought, what the hell, let's clear my garage out and make room for the new Subaru block. And what's going on with the Subarus? I still feel very weird that I have 3 Subarus. Thank goodness my wife has a Jag. I am not driving the Blob-i in winter whatsoever. It'll be between the new STi and the Forester, and when I put all the work in the STi, I'll probably not want to drive it. So I'm gonna be in a predicament. Like drive it in crappy weather. So anyway, I'm sending the block to Toronto. I sold it for 360 bucks, which is way too cheap. Everyone's like, what the hell? Well, I put it up for what they go for and no one asked, or no one was interested rather, so. This is where the block's gonna sit, the new Subaru block, which is where the 2J was. So right now, what I'm gonna do is I have to get the Blob-i ready. So I'm going to roll back the new STi and make room for all that stuff in front of the Blob-i, and then get to the Blob-i. Guys, so as forementioned, the two, well, I guess 3 main things I wanted to check before I take the STi to the track tomorrow is mass airflow. This has about 3,500 kilometers on it. And you can see she's dirty, like real dirty. So needless to say, I'll be cleaning that, prevent me from triggering any engine codes tomorrow. I'm gonna make sure the oil's topped up, and I'm gonna check the catch can, because the catch can gets condensation in it and oil, and I don't want any of that getting sucked up into the intake. So gonna clean this up as always. If you haven't already, checked the video on my channel that I did about cleaning these, and I just did it on the new STi too, so you should be able to see it on a recent video. So I'm gonna clean this up and then we'll get the catch. All right, peeps, so this has probably been a full oil change, I'd say. But look at that gunk. So I'll be changing that out. There's obviously water in there, and there is some normal PCV slime in a Subaru. So needless to say, this will be getting cleaned out and put on. So you should always check this at least every oil change, especially if you have a smaller one like I do. Hey, that's a lot better, isn't it? I just take some spray 9 and I, put probably 1/2 centimeter in the bottom, and I just let it all soak. And it comes off just so easy. There was a lot of sludge in this, so make sure you're checking this. All right, guys, that's basically the extent of what I'm gonna do. I am no track professional, but I do want to get into it very much so. I've raced a few times over the past 10 years, and I very much enjoy it. With university, having a wife, having a life, it's hard to focus on it and get into it. So I have friends renting a track tomorrow, and they're close friends of mine. They almost feel like family from another province, Saskatchewan, and they invited me. So what better chance to try this thing out on the track? Hopefully everything's okay with it. I'm sure it will be. I cleaned out the catch can, made sure the oil was all good. It's actually over full, which is, in my opinion, better for a track. The EJ207 cars supposedly do not have the issues that the EJ257 cars do with slosh and oil pickup problems, based off what I could see online. So I'm really hoping that's the case. And what else am I gonna do? Oh yeah, I'm going to fill up the intercooler reservoir with some fresh water. Hopefully there's water there so I could keep refilling it, because when you put it on auto, it goes real fast, it drinks it, so I can't imagine it on the track. And yeah, pretty sure that's everything. Oh, there's lightning going on. Crazy. I've seen a couple flashes. I didn't know what the heck was going on. I'm gonna throw in some octane booster too. I think I have some, just to keep it safe. The car is tuned really well by my buddy Ali, so I'm sure it'll be fine. But that's all I have today, guys. I really wanted to show you what's going on with STi. This left-hand drive STi, EJ257 STi. And hopefully I can easily bring you guys along to the track with me. I'm gonna put my GoPro, I think, on the dash and just show you my day. So that's all I have for you today. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, check out the channel. There's lots of this stuff going on. And if you like it, subscribe. All right, everybody. Peace.